Hello and welcome to a new video from the elevator. I'm just going down in the office towards my car and we're heading out to a new road trip. And we're going up north. Long way up basically. It's not that long, it's like 800-ish kilometers. But yeah, let's run over to my car. No one's in here, that's great. Get some light. Yeah, let's go over to my car. Jump in, head to my friend's house and pick him up. And then we're going today to Hamburg and tomorrow we're going towards Denmark. And you can see here our nice parking garage with the Polestar we already saw in one of my videos or multiple of them, and of course Ghost. So yeah, we're charged up to 100% state of charge in my 2021 Tesla Model 3 standard range with LFP battery. Working great, looking good. We are at 64,000 kilometers on this car already. That's crazy. But yeah, let me just unplug my AC charging cable, put that in the front, lock the car, and then head out towards my friend's house. So we pretty much just clicked off charging to 100% state of charge. As this is a LFP battery, it's not that bad for it. But of course, I never would like to let it park like this for more than an hour or so. I think it was half an hour ago that it clicked off. So everything fine. But we need the range for now. Our plan is to go to Hamburg today. So it's now 4:39 p.m. and we gotta go all this way up. It's like 800-ish or 700-ish kilometers, something like that. We're gonna have a look at that later at my friend's house. But for now, I'm basically gonna go home. He just lives around the corner from me. So yeah, let's get the car into drive and head out. All right, I just added our destination for today, which is the Ökotel in Hamburg. Car plans our stops already. Let's see if we take them like that, because our general plan for today is cannonballing it. And for that, we're gonna use the superchargers because they just work best. But I can already see it plans like 50-minute, 1-hour stops. We're not gonna do that. We're definitely not gonna do that. We might go to Bensheim, looking not too bad. Also, there's a Pizza Hut, so that might work well. But after, or maybe we won't, maybe we're gonna go to Eschborn supercharger in Frankfurt. We're gonna see about that. It's depending on traffic, because my general plan is to cannonball it, and for that we're gonna rip it. The best time efficiency we can get out of driving and charging combined, that's what I wanted to say, is with 180 kilometers an hour. So consumption at 180 plus charging for higher consumption through faster driving, and all of that combined. So the less time you need for driving, the more time you need for charging, with all the consumptions and everything, at 180 is the optimum. At least that's what Björn Newland found out, I think. So we're gonna try to hit that. Of course, with that traffic, we're not gonna get an average of 180 or anything near that. But maybe behind Frankfurt, we might be lucky. It's now shortly past 5, so until we're at Frankfurt, it's gonna be like 7 o'clock, I think. So yeah, let's see about that. But we're definitely not gonna hit Bensheim with 40%. So I would say Eschborn is our first go-to. Let's disable charge planning. Let's do that ourselves. And after that, because we're gonna be there at 21%, why ever it thinks that we... because of that. Okay, all right. So yeah, after that we might go to maybe not Maisfeld, that's 150 kilowatts. Maybe Kirchheim, we're gonna see about that, but the other way around. Just so the car has a general idea of what I want to do and can precondition the battery to the right temperature when we're at Eschborn. Because we learned the car has to know everything to do its job good. So that's our plan for now. Let's go there. We're at 90% right now, so 10% from work to here. But I also ripped it a bit. So yeah, let's head on the Autobahn and let the car do its thing. We aren't even on the Autobahn. We're just like 3 kilometers in, and I have to reset my trip counter. I just remembered. Anyway, and the car started preconditioning. We still got 147 kilometers to go. So that's how much time it needs to get the battery nice and warm. But I'm just gonna get our trip counter. Let's just enable autopilot. Let's get our trip counter, reset, get the tacos. Come on, let me reset this. Yes. Yes, that's way too small. Why did they change that? And it didn't even reset correctly. What the fuck? Now it did. And now let's rename this Long Way Up. Maybe you know where I got that name from. But yeah, so our trip officially started with the car starting to precondition the battery. That's all fine. Let's head to the Autobahn. It's only like 1 kilometer to the Autobahn, and then we're gonna go rip it. We just hit some heavy traffic and for quite some kilometers, but it is what it is. We can change it anyway. So we're just gonna get some snacks here, eat some nice and healthy stuff, because yes, we also can do healthy, not too often, but sometimes. But yeah, let's just hope we get through that traffic as fast as we can, and then we get some non-jammed highways again. We're finally out of the traffic jam and back on the highway, but limited to 120. So we're going 120 as long as we have to, and then we rip it. There's gonna be enough of this part of the road that's derestricted, so we're gonna use that as soon as possible. But for now, we're just gonna cruise as it lets us. We just arrived with 22% at the supercharger, so let's jump out and plug in. We were able to really rip it, and this placement is wild. Let's get this plugged in. Looking good, communicating. Those guys are just leaving as we hop back in and ramping up. Let's see, it tells us to charge here for 20 minutes. I think we're gonna be a lot faster here than 20 minutes, but let's see. Last time I was at a supercharger, it took like 17 minutes from 20 to 80%, and I'm not planning to stay here for longer. 15 minutes already, so that's looking good. We're getting good speeds, 170 kilowatts, just as we want. So I would say the next stop looks pretty good. We can go this way or this way down here. But I think we prefer the upper one because it looks like it's shorter. And after that we're gonna go up this direction towards Kassel, and then over here to Hanover, up to Hamburg. So I guess the next one after this will be, let's see, maybe somewhere around here. That would be a 250. That's a 250. That's also a 250. Let's do some smaller legs but quicker stops. And if we want to replan, we can do that as well anyway. So let's add that in, edit trip, place that last. Yep, 10 minutes to charge here, 7 minutes remaining. I think we're gonna stay here for a bit longer because we want to rip it, and we need more than 40-ish% definitely or it's only 100 kilometers. We might be able to go faster. Let's see if we fall below, I don't know, 120 or so. Let's see how much state of charge we have at 120 kilowatts, and then we decide what we want to do. We're back at the car. Let's have a quick look. How much we got. We are at 50% and we're still getting 140 kilowatts. No need to unplug yet. So we might be able to replan as well. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. What does it say? 2% on arrival. Yeah, we're gonna go have some more buffer. So I think until we drop down to 120 is a good decision for getting there with enough buffer and to still charge fast. So yeah, looking good. And then we can still decide if we want to continue like that or not. But for now, I think that's a good plan. So let's just wait for maybe 3 or 4 more minutes or so. And then we're good. We are up to 70% state of charge. That's enough. And we're below 100. So let's unplug and jump back into the car. That's closing. I'm gonna hop into the passenger seat because we're swapping drivers as always. And now we're good to go. Let's buckle up and head out, arriving with 26% state of charge. I don't think that'll be it, but we'll see about that. It just recalculated, so it just said 6-ish, 10-ish%, and now it's 26, so yeah. But okay, 72. If we arrive too high state of charge, then we're just gonna continue on to the next supercharger, because why would we charge that high? So great, let's head out. We're already down to 36% state of charge, and we're down to 15% on arrival, and it's a bit bumpy here, but we're getting good speeds. That's nice. Roads are pretty clear, not perfect, but it's still not too late in the night, so that can still get better. But for now, we're pretty much on track, so that's all great. Let's try to get that down to, I don't know, 5% or so, and not to get the state of charge down particularly, but just to get the time for the charge. So yeah, but there are some people going slow, only 150 in the left lane, so we're just gonna go slow. Oh well. We just arrived at the exit with 12% state of charge, and what the fuck is going on over there? That's wild. Anyway, let's head over there towards KFC, I guess, or to the hotel, I don't know. We didn't get it down to single digits, yeah, but there was just too much traffic, and those people just didn't go. They just didn't go. Where do we need to go? Let's go somewhere through there towards KFC. Tesla has some superchargers at KFC. I don't even know if I ever visited this rest stop. Ah yeah, that looks good. So yeah, 13%. It tells us to charge for half an hour. Why ever? I don't think so, but let's see. We're gonna charge to, I guess, 70-ish% again, to be able to rip it for another 100 kilometers, and then we should be good to go. 15 minutes or so. Sounds good, I would say. Okay, here we are. Grabbing this boy, opening up. Looking good. Let's see what speeds we can get here. Can we see it? Can we see it? We can see it. Slowly ramping up. great. Yeah, so 10-15 minutes maybe, and I think then we can continue on. 3 minutes, 2 minutes. What? We're gonna arrive at the next stop with 0%. Okay, wild. Only 28 kilometers? What did I plan here? We're not gonna go. Did it? I think it added another charger because we kinda ripped it. So that's interesting. I thought I had it disabled, but alright, let's edit this trip, remove this guy, and see how long it takes for us to go there. Also remove charging stops on this leg. Yeah, looking at 140 kilometers. That's longer than I anticipated, but yeah, I don't know. 140 kilometers. I think we're gonna have a earlier stop, maybe this one, only 150. Nope. What about this one, 250? Might be an option. Let's see how long it takes until we drop below 100 kilowatts, and then we continue and see how far we can make it. We decided to go over here to KFC to get someone locked their car, to get some dinner, or at least some snack, and until we have our food, I guess we're already ready to continue trip the 143 kilometers, because they're gonna take some time and the car is gonna take some time as well. So Cannonballing up there, but we need food anyway, so we're just gonna get it here. All right, we got some food and we're up to 77%. We're gonna be arriving at 4% state of charge, but we're definitely charged up enough. Maybe we're gonna stop a bit earlier, or we're gonna go a bit slower. I'm gonna continue as passenger. I somehow hurt my back this morning and now I can't really move. That's not too good. Yeah, so our alternative would be this 150, or I'm gonna have a look if we can get a NBV charger somewhere maybe at Rostorf or something like that, somewhere around there maybe. We'll see. Somewhere between these two superchargers, so we don't have to go that slow. Maybe we're also gonna get to Kaufungen. Can we make it there? That's a 250. Let's see. That might be Lohfelden. 32%. Definitely not. Alright, we're just gonna see how far we can make it, and I'm gonna check while we're on the road, and you didn't see anything of that, so great. Yeah, we're just gonna see how it goes. Just continue trip and let's go. I mean, it's only 140 kilometers, but yeah, let's see what it says. And let's get some food while we're on it, because nice. We still got 78 kilometers to go, 47 minutes, and we're cruising at 150. We've just been at 200-ish, but we're gonna be arriving with 12%. It was just down to 10, but we had to slow down for some corners, and the car is quite a bit of power limiting us up there, I think, because he's kind of warm, and I don't even know why. I have no idea. But yeah, going good. We already shaved off 5 minutes from, I don't know, some minutes ago of arrival time at the next supercharger. So all good, just as it should be. I should add another supercharger after, so it can precondition correctly, even though it preconditioned like 2 minutes before to the last supercharger. But can't be a bad idea to add another one, just to make sure he knows what he's doing, just as we do. And there's a 120 limit, so fun, always fun. Just had a look at our next stop, and the next one will be Hanover. We got a charge for half an hour. We're not gonna charge for half an hour. And then we hit Hanover with 10%. Someone going slow in the center, and the car going crazy because he's not going over fast enough. Yeah, but looking good. So that's our plan. Always have to remember removing auto charging stops because we don't want them. We want to plan ourselves because it's just better. But yeah, looking good. 44 minutes to go. Down to 10% after our quick rip that you just saw. We'll be arriving at 9% state of charge in 5 kilometers. So that's all great. Car was preconditioning for like 30-ish kilometers, I think. And then we ripped it, and then it stopped because it got pretty warm. But yeah, looking good. First single-digit stop on the trip. Way too late for my taste, but okay. Also 9% instead of 4 when we started, because we had to drive somewhat slower in the construction sites, and also we ate and we didn't rip it while eating, because that would be dangerous. But yeah, looking good so far. 3 minutes to the next charging stop, and then we'll continue on for another, I don't know, 120-ish kilometers or so, I think. I'm not sure how far it is, but yeah, looking good. And there we can rip it again. Just for a kilometer or so until the exit. We can take this guy because he's slow. And there's the exit. Brakes are working. Awesome. Down to 7%. And we'll be arriving with 8? No, 7. Okay. Nice. 8. So that's good. I guess we're gonna go over there to the rest stop area. Ah no, to the other side of the highway. Somewhere 1 kilometer away. Not too far off. That's quite fine. I don't think we need some food there because we did have enough. But yeah, let's see what we can do. We're gonna record another charge guide, I would say. And I also forgot to record the charge guide parts of the non-superchargers at the last stop. But it is what it is. People are gonna survive that, I guess. So yeah, just in that village over there is the supercharger, looking awesome. And here we are at the supercharger, just on some random parking lot in some random village. That's interesting. Also a great install for non-Teslas charging there. Danish Highland over there and Swedish Model S. Nice cars, nice. Yeah, let's pull in here. Looking great. Let's plug in. 44% for the next stop. That sounds reasonable. Let's see what speeds we can get plugging in here. I can't talk anymore. And we gotta get rid of that trash. I hope there's some bins over here somewhere. Let's see. Ramping up without focus. 60, 80, 90, 105, 110. V3 stall ripping out there. 130, 140, 150, 160, 169. Nice. Full speed. Awesome. 170. That's probably voltage limited. Alright, so then 15 minutes to continue trip. Sounds like a plan to me. Yeah, great. What's gonna be the next stop after this one? Continue trip, yes. Can we make it from Hanover to Hamburg? I don't think so. I think we need another stop in there. That's Hamburg. We gotta go somewhere up north of Hamburg. So maybe this one or this one? I would say let's go to the one further up. Add stop, edit trip, switcheroo around. Yep, and tell him not to add his own stops if he tries to do that. I can't even tell him to or not to, so I guess that's fine. 25 minutes to go to charge there. All right, we'll see about that. I don't think so, but yeah, let's record a quick charge guide here. Get a top up to 60% or so until we drop below 100 kilowatts, just as before, and then we can continue. We are refreshed and ready up to 70 something percent, 71. Far enough. We're well below 100 kilowatts, so let's unplug and go on. We still have 2.5 hours ish to go without charging, and we still have 2 charging stops to take. So my leg is not too well. Anyway, yeah, we got everything we need, and on to our next stop. 14% on arrival, looking good. Yep, here we go. Great. Let's take some recordings of those chargers over there for the charge guide, and then get back on the Autobahn. Charge guide recordings just done. That's the McDonald's charger from EVE Go, and over there is Mare. Looking good. Now back on the Autobahn. Yes, great. 111 kilometers to go to the next supercharger, and I promise you, as soon as we're in Denmark, we're gonna use non-superchargers to make it more interesting. But for today, we do have a lot of kilometers to get behind us, so that's why we just want to get there as quick as possible, and that's just the easiest with the superchargers, because they always work and they're easy to find, and there's always enough of them, and it's just plug and play, or plug and charge, I should say, and no fiddling around with any app or anything. You can see anything anyway, so let's get on the Autobahn. We are again down to 27%. We still got 38 kilometers and 23 minutes to go, and we're gonna be arriving with 7%. I really pushed it on this leg. We were almost all the time at 180 when it was de-restricted, but right now it's 130 limited, so we're going 130. And construction site coming up, so even more energy savings in there. Slowing down for the 100 limit, 80 limit. So yeah, but looking good. I think I shaved off some minutes of our arrival time. I'm actually not sure. I didn't look what it was, but you can skip back and have a look at it, because I'm sure you might have seen that. But yeah, looking good so far. Traffic on this leg, no problem at all. Only like free roads, nothing there. A lot less cars than before because it's 10:43 p.m. and everyone's sleeping, or most people are not on the Autobahn anymore. So yeah, looking good. 20 minutes to go, and then we are on to our last leg for the trip, and I have to slow down because it's 60 here. Yeah, great Can't wait to get into bed. We're pretty much there and down to 8%. It's always love to be at 180 at single digit state of charge. Yeah, always fun. But now it's time to get the juice, and that's somewhere over there next to the KFC on the big mall parking lot, I think. Looking quite interesting. That's a KFC, a Jisk, and a big mall shopping center thing. I first thought it would be at the convention center thing, but that's on the other side of the city. So now we're here at the mall. I can already see it over there. Pretty nice. We just drove by Peine on the Autobahn, which is the V4 supercharger that has the price display for like some days now. Maybe we're gonna go there on the way back, but you'll see that in a future video coming up to my YouTube channel near you soon. But yeah, for now, let's get to that V3 over this speed bump. Nice. And get us charging, and there's a triple charger with a Polestar on it. Pretty nice. Yeah, let's just pull in here and get us some juice. Looking good. All those people charging there. We're gonna take, I don't know, maybe this spot. I'm sorry for that camera work. That's really bad. Awesome. Great, let's plug in. We need 35% more to arrive at the next and last stop for today. And my seat is squeaking as hell. Getting me all the way up so I can easily get out. Love easy entry. Let's plug in. Oh, a nice Polestar 2 facelift over there with the closed front at the 50 kilowatt triple. No, it's even charging at the AC that's behind it. That's nice. We already have contactors clicking and ramping up. 40, 50, 90 kilowatts, 100. V3 stall starting to rip wild for cooling. 150, 160, 169, nice, 170. There we go, full speed. Love it. 12 minutes to continue trip. Sounds about right. Let's take a quick charge guide over here, and over there are even more Polestars. I have a feeling that this mall... Oh wow, I'm freaking blind. Wow, okay, awesome. Let's go over there and have a look. I want to walk around a bit anyway, so why not? Never getting boring at charging sites. So let's see. Wow, they just turned off all of the lights of this mall and the parking lot. What the frick? Alright, still working. I get some light from my car. That's great. And yeah, let's have a look what Polestar has for us over here. I would guess that's the Polestar Space Hanover. Fancy. Monday to Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. with a nice Polestar 2 performance with the white badge in the front, facelift, current model year, really nice car, and some test drive cars parked right in front of this Polestar Space. That's awesome. So seems like they turn off all the lights at 11 p.m. That's interesting for my charge guide, as we don't have any lighting in the parking lot here, and I don't like that too much. Why would you do this? That's my car. Let's go right there. yeah, let's get us some light otherwise, or from another source like my car for the charge guide. Record that I can tell everyone what's going on over here, and then we might already be able to head out and get to our last stop towards Hamburg. We are up to 61% and below 100 kilowatts. We're at 95. I don't know if you can see that down there. Yeah, 94. Looking good. Way enough to continue trip. So let's unplug this boy. Awesome. Do some driver swapperoo. And charge guide is recorded with all the chargers around here. That's quite a lot of them, because over there, because we got a Burger King with Allego chargers, we got a Hornbach with Pfalzwerke chargers, and so many more. It's crazy over here. But we're in the dark. Let's head out to Supercharger Bisping, I think it's called, or something similar. So yeah, looking good. And then on to Hamburg. I'm gonna put that into the navigation in just a sec, so that all works great. Awesome. We are 14 kilometers away from our last charging stop for today, and just as we're passing another supercharger right next to us here, at that rest stop outlet center area thing. Crazy. But yeah, car's already preconditioning for like 20 kilometers or something like that, and sadly it's all restricted to 120 over here, so no ripping right now. We still hope that there's something opening up just in a sec, but we really don't think so. But yeah, 8 minutes to go, and then it's just, I don't know, 40 more minutes or so after that stop. So before 1 a.m. we should be at the hotel, hopefully charging there. The hotel should have a charging station, but I'm not sure if it's free of charge or if we have to pay for it, or I don't know. Should be free, but shouldn't be, I don't know. We can park there, of course, so that's good. But yeah, let's see what the hotel brings, and if we have to go charge tomorrow morning. We're gonna go look that we have some buffer in the battery for tomorrow if we can't charge, but we'll see about that later. For now, let's just get to the charger, to the supercharger in 7 minutes. And we see a de-restricted sign. We love to see it. So let's go. And we're already getting power limits at 20% state of charge. But still ripping like a boss. Going top speed like it's nothing. You gotta love the German Autobahn. And we're at the supercharger, and it's a V3.5 with the V4 dispensers. That's awesome and looking so wild. Just take whatever spot you want. Is that an e-Golf? It looks to be an e-Golf charging there. Awesome. Gotta have a look at that in just a sec. And a lot more to have a look at in just a sec. Yeah, just let's pull through. How should you even park at all of them? I'm confused. But yeah, looks good. Okay, awesome. Let's jump out, plug in, get a charge guide of everything what's around here, because there's quite some things, and then on to our last stint. 46 minutes to go then, so yeah, looking good. Awesome. We are ramping up at the V4 dispenser with the normal V3 power cabinet, so 250 kilowatts. 60 to 50 max, I should say. We're of course getting 170 as always, I hope at least. I also need to grab my jacket and all my microphone stuffs. 105, 112, 120. Also not lit up out there. That's weird. 140, 143, 149. Ramping up slower. 156, 160. Come on, 168. Here we go. Perfect. Awesome. Let's charge as long as we need to get the charge guide done, which will take some time this time. And then we head out. While we are walking around here, we just found this crazy house that's standing on the roof, which is wild. You can go in there during daytime and have a look at it. That's crazy fancy. It's also some kind of labyrinth in there. So yeah, pretty nice. If you're here during daytime, I don't know how long it takes to get through there. Probably longer than it needs your car to charge, but really fun to see. That's wild thing. Funny. Labyrinths over there, not in the house. I kind of messed up there. So don't ever trust me when I'm saying something, because that's often weird. And there's a trampoline park, I think, and I think we gotta go over there anyway. So let's have a look at that. This thing here, looking interesting. Also, there's a subway in there. That's interesting. Oh my god, it's wet and interesting. Yeah. Cool. Let's get over to the NBV charging park back there. I can't coordinate my hand to what I'm seeing, but looking quite nice over there. We're back and there really is an e-golf charging here at the supercharger. That's pretty awesome. And he still is charging. Love to see it. Awesome. Okay, let's jump back into the car and head on the Autobahn. Let's see if that button works now. It didn't want to open the charge port. Where is it? Here. Should be here. But it doesn't do anything. Just like at all the other V4s. V4 dispensers, I should say. Just doesn't work. I have to unlock via the screen or the app. That's just stupid. What the fuck? Alright, we charged up to 81%. We're gonna be arriving with 45, so that's way enough buffer to not have to charge if the charger really costs something, like it says on the website. So let's check that out when we're there. But for now, I think we gotta go to the right and then head back onto the Autobahn. Nice. And back there, it seems to be like a ski resort dome thing where you can go skiing all year. I'm not sure how much I like that, but it's interesting. And there really died something right in front of us on the windscreen. Oh man. Alright, yeah, let's go to the highway and to Hamburg and then to bed. We are pretty much in Hamburg. We're already in the state of Hamburg, but right next to us, somewhere over there, should be the city of Hamburg, I think. And I think we're gonna go, we're gonna pass it on its left side, but I'm not sure. And I also am not sure. I think we're gonna go through the Elbe tunnel below the river Elbe. That sounds weird in English. It's the Elbe in German, just like that. And it's the Elbe tunnel. which sounds so weird if I say it like that. Anyway, there are some wind turbines, I love it, and there's a lot of construction sites here. Speedy truck drivers, but yeah, looking good. A lot of rail tracks back right next to us on both sides. Yeah, anyway, Hamburg with a big harbor, of course, port, of course, big city of I don't know, goods and stuff, so of course you need all that, and of course a lot of water with a big port, so we gotta go below that pretty soon. I'll update you as soon as we really are in, or are entering the tunnel, pretty much. So yeah, that's interesting. I've never been through there, I think, so that's cool. We're basically cruising through the port, and there are all the big cranes and loading dock things and everything that's around that and that's needed for that, and it's so crazy to see. There was just a bridge next to us that was huge, really wild to see. And I think we're gonna go into the tunnel right there. I'm gonna hand over my camera because just for safety stuff and so. But yeah, are we entering the tunnel there? I think we gotta go in the right lane. Tells us here. Are we going? I'm confused. We're going in the tunnel towards Flensburg and Kiel. Alright, so that's this direction. And now we're entering into the tunnel below the river. That's a weird feeling. We're not yet under the water, but pretty much. So let's hope they built this well. So now we're under the water. Okay, crazy. It's basically just another tunnel. You wouldn't know that you're under the river, but we do know because we do see. But it's all well. And this guy modified his Audi A6, I would say. Put a big quadro badge on the back. Nice. And so we are pretty much through the waters, going below the city for just 12 more kilometers, 11 more minutes, and then we're finally at our hotel. Worked out pretty well this whole trip so far, so pretty nice. Yeah, let's get those last 10 minutes done, and then I'll give you my roundup for this part. We just arrived at the hotel. Let's have a quick look at our consumption stats for long way up. Let's see. 667 kilometers. We used 160 kilowatt hours and had an average consumption of 23.9. Well, there you can see that we kind of had a quick drive with high speeds. We drove into this very tight parking garage, but it fit. It did fit. Let's have a look at the charging station. It says something about pricing there, and if it's too expensive, then we're just not gonna charge here. Yeah, so I would say that has been it for this first part of our trip. More in the next one, and see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Bye.